Hello and welcome to The Slice. My name is Michael and today I have a super special guest. I'm just starting to think that everybody now is either a super special guest or just a super guest. We are joined with Becky Davies. How are we?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Very happy to be here on The Slice.
Are you? Because you were actually booked in a year ago for The Slice and you're now here.
I know. I'm sorry. I just like to be fashionably late, Michael. That's
It's
what it is.
fine. It's fine. It happens to most of us. Basically, you've seen the show before.
Yes, I have. Yeah,
So you'll know that there is a 10-minute timer.
I do know that.
Good stuff. I like it when people know the system of the show. It's good. So I am about to start the 10-minute timer. Any objections?
No, go for it. Let's go.
Good stuff. So your timer has started. So Becky, for those that don't know who you are, tell us, who are you and what do you do?
Okay, so hi everyone. I am Becky. Some of you watching this will probably know me already, but I am a travel agent. So I own my own travel business, sourcing, booking, and kind of generally sorting out people's dream holidays, taking the stress out of it for them. So yeah, I got into travel. I've always loved travel. So when I was younger, my mum kind of dragged me and my sister around the whole of Europe, which was awesome. And we got to see loads of really cool stuff. And my mum is like she's got the travel bug. When she was 16, she kind of went across to India on her own and she traveled the world. So I think that's kind of instilled in me and my sisters quite a bit. So yeah, I kind of went into the corporate world and started a career in kind of down that path and became an office manager, which was great. I worked with some lovely people, but then the opportunity came along to buy into my own franchise and start my own travel business. And I thought, you know what, I can sense there's a global pandemic on the way. Let's buy a travel business and see what happens.
Everyone had that. Honestly, I think everybody just felt that coming. You weren't alone in that thinking.
Yeah, so that was a bit of a kick in the face, I guess. But I was kind of building loads of momentum and it was going really well for about a year, and then obviously COVID came in, and then we all know what happens after that. But less said about that the better. Seem to be coming out of it a bit more now. I'm getting a lot more inquiries. People are asking for more quotes and advice and stuff on like where to go next, where's safe to go, what's it going to be like when we get there. And I'm really enjoying kind of putting people's minds at ease when it comes to kind of when the world reopens, essentially.
I love that, when the world reopens.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like all the doors are closed currently, aren't they? We're not allowed to go anywhere, but I think the roadmap that the government set out has kind of given people those kind of glimmers of hope that we wanted. So hopefully that will stay in place and we'll all kind of abide by the rules until then, and we'll be able to international travel by the 17th of May, I think it is.
Well, I have a good question for you now. Obviously, and most of my viewers know that I own a camper van. So obviously this conversation today talking about someone in travel, obviously I was very excited to just bring up a conversation about my van. In terms of obviously the travel inquiries you were getting during obviously lockdown, then we came out of lockdown and then we went back into lockdown, and by the time this episode goes out we might be in another lockdown. But in terms of obviously how did people's behaviors change? Did a lot of people do the staycations? Did more people want camper van holidays? What happened?
Yeah, massively. So when we first went into lockdown, I think travel was just kind of off the cards for a lot of people. People were just like, right, cancel a holiday. It was all very new, wasn't it? And everyone kind of, no one knew what was going to happen. So I did a lot of rebookings for this year, and now they've been rebooked for next year, some of them. But a lot of people just cancelled their holidays and got their refunds, which completely understand. But then I found that a lot of people then were coming back once the second lockdown came in to say, do you know what, I would actually be comfortable going away in the UK. So I would say from last year, bear in mind I only had kind of normality for about 3 months at the start of the year when COVID was kind of just coming in.
It's more than what most people had, to be fair. So be grateful.
Absolutely. Oh no, 100%. But I think after kind of those 3 months, like the January to kind of March, when COVID was kind of sliding in, I had like a normal business, as it were. Past that, 90% of the bookings that I did were for the UK. And the rest were for kind of future travel into 2022, end of this year, kind of Lapland trips. So yeah, a lot of people kind of moved over to the staycation, and I'm finding a lot of people are staying there for the time being. I'm getting loads of inquiries for UK for kind of hot tub breaks, big cottages where they can kind of gather with their family and friends, for a break. So yeah, that's definitely the UK tourism market is just kind of exploded really over the past.
Which is great considering we're not in Europe anymore, and I don't like to bring politics up, and I'm not going to tell you which way I went.
No.
But in terms of obviously the way the country has obviously benefited from that, there's always got to be a positive somewhere, hasn't there?
Oh, absolutely.
So in terms of obviously, what are you getting now? Because obviously you're still running that business. What are you getting now? What are people asking for now? And if it is staycations, are we going to be looking at campsites being extortionate? Extortionate, is that the right word?
Extortionate, yeah.
Yeah, it sounded wrong when I said it. Is it a case of like everyone's going to be really expensive? Are we going to be able to book campsites when normally they're not that fully booked? What's the lowdown?
Yeah, I mean, with kind of places that are popular, so there's a huge popularity with Lapland for the end of the year. So stuff like that, availability goes very quickly and then prices rise. With the UK, there's a lot of options in the UK, and the suppliers that I book through, they don't necessarily raise their prices due to kind of popular demand, but you just won't be able to get it because the availability is low. So you're probably going to see some price hikes if you go to different websites. That's just natural, but I think it goes kind of a little bit like a wave. So prices will be low. Well, prices have kind of been low because they want to encourage people to book, give them that peace of mind. There's a lot of peace of mind guarantees around at the moment. I don't know why I put it in quotations because they are peace of mind guarantees. You can cancel or amend your booking, and suppliers are doing everything they can to kind of make people feel comfortable and feel safe to book a holiday, whether it be abroad or the UK. So prices were low. They've started to climb a little bit with some, not necessarily with a lot of suppliers I use, but I've seen kind of on websites, it's, prices are getting a bit more competitive now. But once they start to get really competitive, I think some people start to drop them again because they'll realize that, they're charging too much. And
so in terms of obviously, the way your industry's gone, how have you found in terms of getting yourself out there during this time? Are you somebody that embraces video to actually market it yourself? How have you actually coped in that respect?
Yeah, so I mean, with Not Just Travel, they give us a lot of marketing collateral, which is great and really, really helpful. I try to do a bit of my own as well and just put my own stamp on things. And if there's a particular destination or something that I want to put out there, I'll create that myself. With video, I really want to embrace it more. I've done a couple of videos on LinkedIn, and yeah, they were received really well. I got some really nice comments.
So why did you stop?
I don't know. I think it's kind of the same reason that maybe a lot of other people do it. I feel like, who would want to listen to me rambling on about?
I'd want to listen to you.
Really though, really?
Why would I say it if I didn't mean it? Like, what would I gain from lying?
Well, very true. But I guess it's kind of content as well. It's having the right, having enough to say and having engaging.
Come on,
content.
how big is this world? There are plenty of places you can talk about. Just think of locations.
Yeah. Now I'm like, well, yeah, obviously.
See, it's staring you in the face.
I know.
No, seriously, I think, I've known you for a good year now, if not a bit longer. And I think you've got an incredible personality. Why wouldn't you want to put yourself out there? Because at the end of the day, I've always valued the things I've seen when you have posted things. And, you're on my Facebook, you're on my LinkedIn. So I do consider you as a friend, although we've never technically met in this crazy world that we're living in. But I do consider you a friend. And if I saw you in the street, I'd say hello. But in terms of, I mean, do you think that's maybe a subconscious where you feel maybe a little insecure in that respect, or is it something else? What do you think it is?
I think there's a level of, I'd be lying if I said that there wasn't a level of insecurity there with video. I think you always get a bit of imposter syndrome, I think. Like, I'm very
Everyone
passionate about
does,
what I
yeah.
do. Yeah, I'm very passionate about what I do. I feel like I know quite a lot about travel. I feel like if someone comes to me with a question, if I don't know the answer, I'm going to make sure I find out for them, but also for me, I want to learn.
Yeah.
So I do feel qualified to an extent, but then putting that out to the world via video, I think sometimes can be a bit of a scary thing to do. I mean, you make it look very easy, but
Well,
it's not that easy.
I'll let you into a secret there. So Judi Dench has a bucket where she literally will throw up before she goes out on stage when she's doing Shakespeare. Yeah,
Really?
and she's a dame, right? Even I have
Yeah.
issues myself. Networking is probably one of the worst, because when they
Mm.
go, and now let's listen to Michael, I'm like, it gets me. But then I go, deep breath, and then because at the end of the day, one, I don't care what people think of me. So that's the first thing. If you can get past the point of not caring what people think, I even on this episode today, I feel like I stumbled, and that's because I've not done a slice for maybe like 2 weeks. So I stumbled slightly at the beginning, but it is what it is. We make mistakes,
No one would
we
notice.
stumble, and that's it. No one knows it. I knew it, and now everyone watching this back will go, "Oh, you know what?
That's aggressive.
That is getting louder. That made me jump. That is the worst jump I've had.
Oh,
That's your
God.
time, and that's it. But what I was going to say is just wanted to finish off there, is that I have insecurities, and I'm an actor. I'm a video coach, so I'm not allowed to have those insecurities. I should be, the example. But it's about accepting that we are going to make mistakes, we are going to stumble, and whereas a year ago when I started the slides, I'd have said, could we just start that filming again? Can we just go back to beginning? Just, it is what it is. People know that I can do it. It's just, if sometimes I stumble, I stumble. It is
it's
what
natural,
it is.
isn't it? And I think people do actually quite like seeing the person. Like, what the couple of videos that I have put out on LinkedIn, they've been kind of like one take wonders. I've just like thought, you know what, I'll just do it now, and whatever it is, I'll look over it, but obviously I'll just put it up.
Go on. No, go on.
No, I was going to say, and I think people enjoy kind of seeing like the natural person, not someone who's scripted or whatever.
Yes,
not that's a bad thing, but
no, but they do. But anyway, that's the 10 minutes. I'd be offending everybody else if I carried on. I do want to find out more, but we'll have a chat after the show. How did you find it?
Yeah, loved it. Really nice. Really nice to finally be here. Thank you for being so patient with me.
My pleasure.
Yeah, it's great to finally kind of catch up and be on the famous slice. I've watched quite a few episodes, so yeah.
Good stuff. Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
And you'll have to come back in the future. If anybody would like to watch any previous episodes, you can head over to youtube.com/TakeTheCakePro. If you would like to know when I post all my latest videos, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.